Hello friends, today in this tutorial I'll be showing you that how to run Python inside your browser, and you can replace JavaScript with using PyScript. So basically PyScript is a special Python framework which allows you to directly run Python inside your browser with HTML. So no need of JavaScript. So basically it is released recently, so this framework. So basically if you just type here PyScript on Google, so basically it's a framework which lets you run Python inside the browser. So you don't have to be having Python installed in your machine. Simply you need to include the CDN, and automatically it will run Python inside your browser. So you can see that PyScripter is this name. So it's a free and open source Python integrated development environment for Windows, and it also makes use of WebAssembly also in background to run Python inside the browser. So this is its official website, pyscript.net. So many videos you have seen on YouTube on this topic recently. So it's a very good framework in the market which lets you run Python in the HTML. Lately it is if you just run it in the browser, it will be slow as compared to native JavaScript, but still it is work in progress, and hopefully in the future it might replace some of the daily tasks that you perform using JavaScript. So basically the tag which is used here, which is called as PyScript, in between these tags you will write your code. So this is all the valid Python code you will write. So all the print statements, all the arithmetic that you perform, so the Python syntax will remain the same, but you just need to wrap this inside the PyScript tag, which is there. So there are two options. Either you can download the full library inside your local machine, or you can install it using these two CDN tags, which you can include it inside your HTML file. I will prefer the second approach, which is very much easy. You don't need to install the whole library. Simply you can copy paste the CDN, and now we can open this application. So right here, now to run this, we will simply say that PyScript run Python code in browser. So now guys, you need to include this after the title, these two CDN tags. So basically you will see that we are including these this is for the style sheet, which is pyscript.css, and this is for the JavaScript, which is pyscript.js. So these are the two tags that you need to include for this library to work. So after this, you can write any code inside your any valid Python code inside the tag which is called as PyScript. So inside these tags, you can just write Python code. So one such code that you say, in order to print something on the screen, you will say print, hi, this is hello world from Python. So now if you just write this statement here, just the print statement, and if you open this with live server, what will it will do? It will load this runtime, the engine that is required, and now you will see it is printing out this statement which is we have done using this print statement, which is hi, this is hello world from Python. This is not executed because inside Python comments are we have used this hash symbol, so basically it's a comment, so this will not be executed. So this is a print statement, and if I write another print statement here, so in this scenario you can write multiple print statements like this. So early on it takes some time to load all the dependencies, so it is slightly on the slower side, but it's just a beginning. It is still in work in progress, and hopefully in the future the developers will work on it and make sure that the speed will not be an issue. So you will see that there are two print statements. So now we can make a simple digital clock program, guys. So basically we can display the current time and date, which is quite useful inside. So we can simply make use of the built-in datetime library of Python, we need to install datetime, import it, and then we can simply say inside the format we can say it's now, and then basically we can use sort of curly brackets, and here you can simply say datetime dot now. So basically this is a function which provides you the current date and time. So just close it with the uh, double quotes. So now what will it do? It will tell you the current date and time. So it is saying that string literal, let me see, it's datetime dot now. Oh sorry, we need to again do this. Open with live server. So now you can see that, guys, it will tell you the current date and time. So this is a digital clock program. So every time you refresh it, the time will pass here and it will tell you the exact date and time. So if you're joining it for the very first time, then please hit the like button, subscribe the channel. So PyScript is a special Python framework which lets you run Python code inside the browser without having to interact with JavaScript. So you can directly run Python code inside browser using PyScript. So now we can make advanced program. We can do, let's look some DOM manipulation, how we can do some DOM manipulation inside the PyScript. So let's suppose we have a full program that we need to write here, which is, it will have form elements attached to it. So inside the body we will, let's suppose we have a form element. So inside this form we will have a simple label, so which will be for name. All the source code, guys, is given in the video description. If you want the source code, you can go to the video description link. So just go to the edit option, you will find all the source code, all the 2 blog posts I have given. So if you want the source code, you can go to the video description link. So right here what we need to do is that inside the name, after this name label, we will have an input field of type text. So we will give it a name of name and ID also of name. So you can give it a value of John here. Just when the application starts for the very first time, then it will have this value for the name. So after this we will have a select list. So here we will have for the countries, so name attributes will be countries, ID also countries. So inside this we will have different options for different countries. So we will have for India, the second option, Australia, England, South Africa. So bunch of countries will be there inside this select statement. So with the help of this, I will let you know that how to work with form elements inside PyScript, so that when you select these, how the values will be there. So these are bunch of countries, guys. So now after this we will have another button. Let's suppose input. This will be of type submit. So when you click this button, what will happen? So basically the value will be submit. So if I open this with live server, you will see this is our simple HTML code here. First is the input field, then we have this select list, then we have this button. So this button is not performing anything here because still we need to write something. So these are all the styles which are applied using PyScript CSS, guys. So you will see this is the input field style which is automatically applied. You can also style this using custom CSS, so you can style accordingly. Let's suppose you want to submit the submit button, so you can write your own custom CSS by using style. Just target the submit button And now basically if you open this, the submit button will be styled. You will see this. So accordingly you can do this for the input. So we are back, guys. So we were just on this on click. So whenever you attach this on click inside JavaScript, so there is a different way inside PyScript. So what you need to do here is that you need to simply attach this py. You need to do like this, something like this, pys dash on click. So here this will be the function name which will be executed. Here we have attached this property which is pys on click. So when you click this button, what will happen? So we will give it an ID also to this button of btn form. So right here inside our PyScript, and also after this input field we will give a output tag, so where we will display all the information which will be displayed in the output. So we will be giving a ID to it of output. So right here inside this PyScript, guys, we will define the function which we have defined, which is sub. So it takes the argument which is arg s, and so this is a syntax how you write this event listener like this. After this we will say result underscore place. We will target the element that we need to render on. So we will target using element, and we will provide the ID which is output. So this is equivalent to JavaScript saying that document.getElement by ID. So this is exactly, we are doing the same thing but using PyScript. So after getting the reference to this element, we can simply write it using write method, and here we can simply say in using the format. So here we will simply say inside double curly brackets element, and then we will target whichever country which the user has selected, whichever name. So we will target the name attribute, so which is given name is equal to name. So we will extract the value by using dot value. So here we will simply say is a cricketer. So we will attach it dynamic text here is a cricketer from, and then we will say which country which is selected by the user. So we have given this ID as well, so countries. So here we will select inside double curly brackets which is element, and here we will target the ID which is countries dot value. That's it. And at last you need to close the double curly brackets like this. Oh sorry, double quotes. So if you now open this with live server, guys, simply, so if you write something here, if you change it, so it is saying that some error has taken place. Let me see, let me copy paste it here. So now guys, if you write something here, select the country, so you will see that if you click the output tab, I have given all the source code in the video description. So the second blog post link will be there. So if you check here, this is the DOM manipulation blog post. So I think I have made a mistake here. Simply copy paste all the source code, and if you now run this, hopefully it will run. So typically takes a lot of time when loading, so that's a drawback of it. Select the country, click submit, and now you will see whichever name that we have put here and whichever country we have selected, you can change the country. So in this way guys, you can do DOM manipulation using various HTML elements, input elements, select elements using PyScript. It's a very good framework, but it's a bit slow at the to start with, but developers are currently working on it, and hopefully in the future it will be recovered. So you can just see here, so it's a simple crash course guide. Hopefully you will like it. All the source code snippets that we have written is given in the video description. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will be seeing you in the next video.